What's up, guys? It's your boy AJ Rose, the real estate tycoon. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys about wholesale real estate, exactly how to flip contracts without going through any classes, getting any degrees, certifications, anything like that. This is pure no license. I personally myself don't have a record, but you can have a record and do this. It doesn't matter. It's just basic math. So I'm going to show you guys how to get your ass up and go get a deal in 30 days. So I'm gonna go through step by step, and if you're confused about what you see here, you won't be in a second, so pay attention. So first thing you do is, in every single deal, you have a seller. The seller of a house, the houses that you're looking for are discounted property. You can do the same exact thing with cars, but nobody wants to flip 100 cars to make what you can make in a house. So you have a seller of a house, and he's asking you, he says, my name is AJ Rose. He says, AJ, I'll take 100 grand for my house. I'll take $100,000 any day. As long as you give me that money, you can have my house, right? The sellers that you are looking for are not the new properties. The sellers that you are looking for are properties that are distressed. They're on list, properties that are just beat up. And I'll show you exactly how to find those owners step by step, but we're gonna go through one video at a time. So you find a seller for property on your online website. You see a house that you like, you see it on your street, you're like, wow, that house is ugly, disgusting. Even my uncle said he'll take anything for his house by now. I could probably assign it or wholesale it for him. He's asking you for $100,000. You go, hey uncle or cousin, what would you like for your house? How much can I pay you for your house? He says, give me 100 grand. This is where you play the game. This is all a game, so I'm going to show you exactly how it is, step by step, and you have to get comfortable and think from this perspective. You come in and you say, uncle, I'll give you that 100,000, and you lock it in paperwork. You are going to continue watching my videos, because if you don't, you're going to get sued. I'm going to show you how to do this without getting sued. He gives you that contract, you lock it in at $100,000. Simple. You and the owner of the house have an agreement, a pact, that you are going to bring him $100,000 in 30 days for him to give you his house. Simple as that. You turn around and you find someone to buy the house. So now you found somebody to go out their way, and you found a house for them to invest into. They offer you 125 grand. So they come visit the house. You say, hey uncle, these are the people that are giving me funding. Whatever you want to say, you can keep it real and be like, hey uncle, these are the people that are going to buy the house. He says, I'll do 125 for the property. Your uncle agreed on paper at $100,000. So when this person's paying 125 and you do the math, 125 minus 100 is 25,000. You will get your $25,000 check as soon as the property closes. You bring this paperwork from you and your uncle to a title company. You bring the paperwork between you and the cash buyer to a title company, and they will cut you your check and give it to you in your hand under your name. Understand, in the realms of the world that we live in, there's nothing else that can pay you like this can pay you. There's no job. There's nothing that can pay you the amount that this can pay you, unless you're doing the same thing as this for businesses. You can do the same thing for businesses. You can practically do this in all sides of business, houses, liquor stores, businesses. It doesn't matter what you jump into, right? But you don't want to do this for cars, right? Because there's no need for doing paperwork on cars. You can just flip them. This is a simple process, a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once he agrees to this, and then your cash buyer agrees to that, your uncle might say, hey, I'll give you 30 days to get me that money. If not, the contract's off. After the 30 days, during that 30-day period, you found somebody, they bring the money to title company, it's done, you get your check. Now the people that you are looking for are people who buy houses for cash. And someone who lives here, we've all seen those houses that say we buy ugly houses, distressed properties. You can even look up we buy ugly houses online on Google and a whole bunch of numbers will pop up. You can bring them your house and they will tell you how much they will pay for the house. Now, I'm going to give you a different circumstance. I'm going to give you a different example. Okay, we're back. So, now, this is a different position that I'm putting you in, right? Numbers are always negotiable, depending on what the property looks like. If the property is disgusting, beat up, distressed, horrible condition, you can always go in the contract and renegotiate. So if you and your uncle locked up the contract at, let's just say, $100,000, and you go, damn uncle, or just friend, anybody, damn friend, the house, it just needs more work. We need to renegotiate the contract. The only day you want to renegotiate your contract is if you go to your buyer with the property address, 123 Street, and they offer $79,000. Now, as we both know, we're not both dumb, 79 is lower than 100. You're not coming out of pocket for somebody else to buy your house. That's not the point of this. What you have to do is, in this position, if your highest offer, you call everybody up, hey, I found a house, and they offer 77. These are different people, 77, 76, 75. If your highest offer was $79,000 on the property, and your uncle or friend, whoever the seller is, wants $100,000, you renegotiate and you try to get what you can out of it. So if this person says, you know what, I realize what you're saying, we're gonna renegotiate the terms, I'll come down to 60,000, right? This person said, I'll come down 60,000 asking price, just so I can get this deal done. I want the money, I want this house out of my hands. The people you are targeting are the people who have distressed, destroyed, ugly property. So when he says, I'll take 60,000 and he's at 79, you do the math in the description or the comments. What exactly is the difference in pricing? So if the difference is 19, you take that difference with you home. The thing is, you want to help people. You are helping people. You're creating a service. Some people have different problems where people die. There's different problems where certain people have, there's divorces. The house needs to be sold for an emergency. You are helping them. Just look at it as you're helping them, right? And as you get to help them for a service, you get to help yourself, right? You understand that? So I'm going to break down my first deal and exactly how it went down from scratch to the end. And I'm going to show you guys that part as well. Let's jump into it. Okay, this is exactly how my first deal broke down. From a breakdown, I'm going to show you exactly how complex these deals can actually get. So I'm going to show you from start to finish exactly how mine went down. The process that I gave you was a simple process of how majority of deals go. But sometimes there's a thing called joint venture, it's a JV. What that means is you find a deal, you put it in a contract between a seller, and then you tell another person who finds buyers, I'll split this deal with you if you find a buyer. So this is exactly what happened. I found a seller of a house at 36 Bradley Street. This is a real address, my first one. He wanted $520,000. So you or me, both of us, I asked for $560 because it was a reasonable price. There was a lot of issues with the house. I just wanted to get the money and go. I was tired of it. I was holding it for a month and a half, so I asked for $560. That was my asking price. I found a team of assigners that asked a cash buyer that they had in store ready to go for $600. Now, what you want to do in a JV is you want these people to find a cash buyer ASAP. So under the contract rules, you can put, hey, you must find a cash buyer at this amount of time and this amount of days. When these deals exactly happen, these people put deposits down between you and them. So they'll put down a deposit ensuring that they're going to find a buyer. Hey, I'll put down $10K, non-refundable, that I'll find a buyer in this amount of days. That can happen as well. That's how complex these deals get. So when this deal closed, the buyer paid $600,000 for the house. They got their difference of $40,000. I got my difference of $40,000. And the seller got $520,000. So all this is a train that goes down. How much he was willing to pay and how much the seller was willing to take. The buyer was willing to pay $600 and the seller was willing to take $520,000. So we got in between both of them and made a deal happen and brought it to closing. The people that you want to work with are people that are cash buyers. You don't want to find anybody who has first-time home buyer, those programs. Yeah, find me distressed property so I can get first-time home buyer and buy it. It doesn't work like that. When people have first-time home buyer, 3.5% down, the bank doesn't take a liability of that much of a loan towards a property that's distressed in horrible condition that anything can happen to it. They want something that's functioning, working, that can pay monthly, and is not a liability. So this is called a joint venture, just so you can know. I jointed the contract between us and them, and it was a JV, joint venture. At this time, I wasn't as experienced as I am now, so I couldn't find a buyer. I was like, man, what do I do? It's my first contract. I was on my own road trying to pull up, a fish under the water and put it on the shore. I was trying to do it, so I asked for help, but I had to split the fish with the other people. That's exactly what it's called. This happens every day in business, so it's less stress for you, all right? So that sums it up for the end of this video. If you guys like this video and I explained this very well, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing these videos every single day, and I'll be answering any questions that you guys have, exactly how to break this down and how to do assignments of real estate. And I really want everybody to eat, bro. So we all gotta eat. So if you have any questions, put them down below. And also, I will be showing you guys a video of how to do paperwork so you don't get sued, okay? Because you don't want to get sued. The paperwork between you and the seller. But all right, guys, peace. It's the Tycoon. See y'all later. Peace out.